name is Lee Jackson, and I'm the VP of Marketing at Plus Studios. I am responsible for marketing and digital strategy, communications, brand integrity, social media, and website management. I have been in the industry of exhibits and events for going on 18 years now. And we are excited to present to you a series of episodes to help you create successful trade show and event programs for your company. You're going to be hearing a series of episodes from all of our team, and all of us have experiences for more than 15 years each. That's probably about a total of 100 plus years. So I would say that they're all experts. So the topics that we're going to cover will range from sustainable environments, concept to completion, trade show services, sales, and trade show marketing, that's pre, at, and post-show. We'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Plus Studios LLC, and we will be releasing a new episode every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, that's at Plus Studios LLC on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions, please email me at l.jackson@plus-studios.com, or our phone number is 702-651-9611. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Plus Studios. My name is Chad Iverson. I am the VP of Sales here at Plus Studios. For the next few minutes, I'm going to take you into our world. You want to know how we were born? Our founder, Matt Narvaez, started Plus Studios in 2013 from a need and a desire to continuing providing a high level of problem solving for his clients. He started with a small office and grew it today to over 35 employees. You want to know what we do? We create experiential exhibits, unrivaled events, and sustainable environments. Our mission: we create unique experiences that move hearts, minds, and business forward. Wow, that's a lot. Yes, it is, but our goal is to bring emotion to the equation. Our founder says a lot. We are a small team that does big things. I couldn't agree more. We are dedicated to our clients' goals and bring the most value possible from every dollar they spend. We focus on the end result, and we work backwards to accomplish that. In the next few weeks, Plus Studios will be doing a series of trade show workshops presented by the Plus Studios team. During the trade show planning, the capabilities that we offer will help you in managing a successful trade show program. Now let's talk about our capabilities. We have an 85,000 square foot production facility. We have extensive rental program that covers double deck rentals. We have full graphics capabilities, project management capabilities. We have a full account management and CAD team here at Plus Studios. Oh, and by the way, we have lots of warehouse space for your exhibit or your environment. In closing today, I'd like to talk about, as you know, we're in a new decade, and Plus has some new highly experienced faces on board that are creating some new experiences that are unrivaled. And you want to know what really sets us apart? And that is, truly, our designer on staff is a true architect. Our customer service at show site is like no other. And you know, our team at Plus, the DNA and how creative we are and what we do every day here is amazing. And best of all, we're easy to work with at Plus. We like to work with our clients. We love our clients. All of this will be covered in the workshop in the upcoming weeks ahead. And again, thank you. And again, I'm Chad Iverson. I can be reached at civerson@plus-studios.com, or you can call our office at 702-651-9611. Thank you again.
Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Jackson. Most people call me Lee. I'm the VP of Marketing at Plus Studios, and in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about the all-important topic of design. from concept to completion. This is my favorite part of the sales process. I love presenting beautiful concepts, and I love seeing the finished product, especially happy and excited clients when they see a concept come to life. After 18 years in business, I still don't get tired of that. 5 things you need to know once you decide that you need a new exhibit. Number 1 is budget. How do you pin down a budget? First, you have to determine the size space you want or need. Is it a 10 by 10? Is it a 20 by 20, 30 by 40, or 100 by 100? B, what type of space? Is it an inline, corner, peninsula, island, single level, or double deck? C, here are some average costs, but please note, these are guidelines. Most companies will work with you on these budgets. If you're looking to do a rental, typically you're looking at around $75 to about $150 per square foot. If you're looking at custom exhibits, it's probably around $150 to $300 per square foot, but you will own the exhibit. In fact, this exhibit that I'm standing in is considered a custom 10 by 10 peninsula due to the 3 open aisles on the sides. So these estimates will depend on your brand identity, building materials, accents, audiovisual, flooring, and furniture used in the space. We can offer you champagne budget design, but we can also give you a beer budget design or everything else in between. As a company who cares about the environment, we encourage sustainable practices. Number 1, we use materials that we can recycle, reuse, and donate in order to reduce waste and carbon footprint. Second thing, we design quite a bit of hybrid exhibits, which is a combination of a custom purchase and rental of existing inventory. This can be cost efficient, and you get the best of both worlds, a custom design, and you get to contribute to the environment. If you choose to design a new exhibit every year and would like to know what you can donate after each show, email me, and I will send you a list of local charities that will be willing to pick up any item that you don't want. You just have to schedule at least 2 to 4 weeks in advance, and you would be amazed at all the waste that are left behind on the show floor. Don't be that company.
Hello everyone, my name is Adrian Ortega. I'm a project manager here at Plus Studios. I've been in the industry for over 10 years, and to say I'm an expert, I'm not gonna lie, because I am. Today I'm gonna discuss rules and regulations. The first topic I'm gonna discuss is, it's called line of sight. And it's a rule saying that everybody, if you're in an inline booth, it's fair game, and there's rules and regulations on exhibiting your product. For example, this beautiful 10 by 10 space. It looks really nice. So you got 10 by 10, 100 square feet. For example, if you split this booth in half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet from the front of your booth cannot exceed 4 feet high, just like your neighbor and your neighbor to the other side. If you were to put, say, something 8 foot and somebody's walking down the aisle, you're gonna stand out, but it's not gonna be fair to your neighbor over here and over there. From 5 feet back to your back wall, you can do anything you want. It could be up to 8 feet tall. You wanna maximize your booth space, but yes, there are rules to be aware of, and that is the line of sight rule. Next I'm gonna discuss is the different types of booth configurations. I briefly spoke about, for example, this is an inline 10 by 10 booth space, and there's rules and regulations to consider in exhibiting in a 10 by 10. Now I'm going to go into detail into other types of booth configurations that we also have to be aware that have other types of rules. The next booth I'm going to talk about is a corner booth. For example, it's going to be a 10 by 10 space. You're going to have your neighbor right here, but you're going to have an aisle space right there. So, you know, the good thing about having a corner booth is you have 2 chances to gain attendees. You got this aisle and you got that aisle. So you want to maximize the opportunity with that corner space. Next I'm going to talk about is a perimeter booth. A perimeter booth is a linear booth that backs to an outside wall of the facility. So let's say we're at the convention center, or let's say we're at McCormick Place, Sam's. If there's a wall back here and there's nothing behind you, it's just the wall and then your booth back wall, that is a perimeter booth. Next, I'm going to talk about a peninsula booth. A peninsula booth is open on each aisle on 3 sides and consists a minimum of 400 square feet. There are 2 types of peninsula booths, one which backs to a linear booth or one which backs to another peninsula booth, and that is referred to as a split island booth. And a split island booth is a peninsula booth which shares a common back wall with another peninsula. Then we got the most common one, or I think we got the most common one to maximize your booth space, and that is an island booth, where you have aisles on 4 sides of your exhibit space. It's open, and you want all the attendees to gather into that space. So I believe it's the most effective way to promote your brand. And so an island booth is an island booth over 400 square feet or larger, 20 by 20, and it's exposed on all aisles, all 4 sides, and you demonstrate your company, launch your brand, highly effective and a great investment to stand out on the trade show floor. Then also, you want to go higher, you want to go, and if you have the budget, you want to go to double-deck exhibit booths. And that, of course, is 400 square feet above, and it's a double-deck structure. With those, you can stand out. You can see your booth space from right when you enter. With that, you got to be aware of different requirements, such as, CAD, engineer stamp of approvals, because you want to be safe for the attendees if you want to walk up to these double-deck structures. So we got to be aware of that.
Hello and welcome back to our series titled Trade Show 101. Today we're going to touch base a bit on graphics. My name is Miguel Narvaez and I'm the graphics manager here at Plus Studios. I'm 31 years of age with 15 years of experience working in the graphics industry. My expertise comes from spending time at each checkpoint of the graphics production line. Throughout my journey, I've been familiar with various medias, softwares, equipments, and possibilities which continue to give me an extensive knowledge of the industry with each year that comes. I worked from the beginning at design inception and all the way up to final product and installation. Today I'd like to discuss the purpose and value that graphics bring to your space and also walk you briefly through the process you'll experience working with me. Graphics are an invaluable tool because they send a message which clarify relationships between your brand and your audience in an interactive and informative way. They reflect the look, feel, and overall message of your company. A booth in many ways resembles a house. It offers opportunities to curate to your needs. A front door can be translated similarly to a reception desk. There are areas for product placement, private areas for conversation, accent walls to draw your eyes in, and so on. This analogy is to say that once you've acquired your booth space and are now looking into your booth design, it is important to design with the end in mind. Graphics opportunities are visual aids, so when considering your booth orientation and design layout, think about your eye lines. The graphic that has the furthest line of sight is often the hanging sign. Products, monitors, counters, and other items are obstacles to consider when laying out your graphics. Graphics can also work hand in hand with your products. An informative display is a great way to help your audience unveil your products for themselves. In this example, we have a custom wall with colored acrylic to match our branding. The actual build can include branding elements as well. The point is that colors and graphics in your space should echo your brand. Small pops of color throughout can go a long way. Your booth is a house, but curated to be your brand's home. So now that you've picked your booth design and allocated prime areas where your graphics will surely make a statement, time to create your artwork and start working with me. I'll send you our digital submission guideline, which informs you on how to build and transfer over your artwork. Side note, my favorite files to work with are Adobe Illustrator vector files with embedded links, outline fonts, flattened strokes, and 1-inch bleed all around. I'll definitely work with what you can provide though, and review all graphics quality before sending you a proof deck. Prior to that though, be sure to send in your branding guidelines so I can color match and familiarize myself with the do's and don'ts of your graphic elements. PMS colors and layout placement rules will help me double check the accuracy when producing and installing your graphics.
Hello everyone, my name is Adrian Ortega with Plus Studios, and I'm here to talk and inform you about everything you need to know once you register for the show. I've been in the industry over 10 years. I've assisted clients with their trade show experience, and I'm here to show my expertise and assist you on this amazing experience. So first we're going to talk about once you enter the show. Just the floor space right here, just the concrete, it costs usually around $100 to $150 per square feet. It might seem a little costly, but it's a well worth investment. So every exhibitor in each trade show is unique. The purpose of your company being there is, I would say, like a momentary representation of your company and its mission. So it's very effective. So there's a lot of planning involved. You got to be aware of the budget, because once you already get the floor space, there's more involved. Next, I'm going to discuss the position where you're located in the trade show floor. It might sound small, but you want to know where if you're located by an exit, if you're located by the entrance, you kind of want to just be aware of, plan on where you're at. You want to maximize the total area of your trade show area. You also want to research your neighbors. Your neighbors could be potential clients, partners, potential vendors. So once you do see, or the floor map, you want to see where you're located. And you want to be aware of if the lighting is adequate. If you need more lighting, you put more lighting. So you just want to be aware of your booth space and location. Next topic I'm going to talk about is pre-planning. That's one of the major aspects about trade shows, pre-planning. Like they say, preparation is the key to success. And there's a lot of pre-planning. You always want to start at least 3 to 6 months in advance. You also want to create a timeline of each week up to the show. You read over the exhibitor manual that you'll receive from the general contractor. We're going to the exhibitor manual on another topic, but it's a thick book that has super detailed information. Of course, I'm here to assist if you any questions. But once you do get your exhibitor manual, you want to skim through it, look at important dates. These dates are integral because you can save up to 30% if you adhere by these timelines and discount deadline dates. So you want to be aware of that.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm VP of Client Development here at Plus Studios, and I am here to speak to you about show services. Many of you will have to order show services if you are actually going to have things that you're ordering from the show, like furniture, cleaning, electrical, and you would do all of that through the show kit. Most of the people that will do it online, and that's what I would recommend. Each of the show contractors will actually have their show kit online. You can go to your particular show contractor's website. Typically in the upper right corner, they'll have a search bar, and you can search for your particular show, and then basically it will download that particular show kit. Here's why I recommend ordering online. One, it's easier. You can order in the middle of the night, you could do it early in the morning, it's at your convenience. The second reason is that it's going to be the least expensive way for you to order as far as savings. They make it very appealing to order online as far as your contractor, because it will save you money. So you could order online, but you could also order at show site. I wouldn't recommend that because the highest rates are going to be at show site. And that is because you're kind of coming in last minute. You'll also, though, find within the kit that you can order advanced. And advanced rates are going to be significantly less than the show site rates also. So you may be saying, well, is it better for me to just bring in my own things or to order from the show kit? I would say that you need to look at both of those scenarios and see what's going to be best for you. If you bring in your own things, for example, furniture, let's say you decide, well, the show kit, the rates seem really high for chairs. I'm going to bring in my own chairs. I'm going to get them from a certain store. I'm just going to bring them in. Remember that if you bring in your own chairs, again, that's going to fall under material handling, and you're going to be charged a fee for the freight contracting team, basically to get that furniture over to your booth and then get it back out of there after the show. So that might also now explain to you why the fees might seem higher if you're ordering furniture from a show kit than it should be for the actual cost of a chair. You're really not just ordering an item, you're ordering the servicing. You're ordering that particular contractor or vendor getting the item from the show dock over to your booth, and then after the show, you don't have to deal with it anymore. They basically take it away. Hey everyone, I'm Sharon Mills. I'm Vice President of Client Development here at Plus Studios. I'm here to share a surprise that can sometimes come to you when you're doing trade shows here in the United States of America. And what that is a fee called material handling. It's also known as drayage, but more commonly you'll hear it as material handling. What is material handling? Material handling is a fee based on each 100 pounds with your materials that are coming into the show. So by materials, I mean your exhibit, anything that has to do with your company that you're shipping in, for example, brochures or maybe items that you want to have on display. All of that would be subject to a fee in America for most American shows called material handling. It's based on 100 pounds, each 100 pounds, and in your show kit, what you'll see it noted is as CWT. What that actually means is centum weight, and that's basically each 100th pound. So you may be asking why there's a fee such as material handling here in the United States, whereas if you've been doing shows in Europe or in Asia, you haven't noticed a fee like that. I want to be able to answer that for you today. The reason that there's a fee called material handling here in the United States is that shows to produce here in America are much higher than they cost to produce in other countries that you may have been doing other shows in. So the fee is originated by the show contractor, but it is approved by show management. And the reason it's approved is because the shows are so much more to produce here. It basically helps the contractor to offset costs that maybe all of the show management costs or fees rather won't cover. So that's the reason for that fee. Now let me give you an example of how it would apply to you. Let's say that you ship in 4,000 pounds of weight into your show. And they're going to weigh it, by the way, before it comes into the show at the show site dock. And let's say for that particular show that you're in, the cost of the material handling fee is $80. What you're going to do is take off 2 zeros off of your weight. So off of that 4,000, let's say now you're down to 40. You've taken off the last 2 zeros. And then you're going to multiply it times $80, which would be $3,200. That would be your estimate cost for your material handling to get into the show. What I do want to clarify, and people get this confused often, is that material handling is not your shipping fee. That is a completely different area that you're looking at for shipping. Shipping is who you're paying the shipper to bring it into the show and then pick it up. And then there's material handling, which again is the fee that it costs from taking it from the show site dock over to your booth, and that's done through the freight team, through that particular contractor that is producing the show.
Hello, I'm Chad Iverson. I'm the VP of Sales for Plus Studios. I have been in the business over 25 years. Hard to believe. Kind of a unique fact about me is I was born on the trade show floor. I think it adds a lot of value when I say that because of the fact from the time I was born until today standing on this stage, I have been working trade shows, exhibits, and everything that goes under the event realm. It's been a very, very fun ride all these years, and I have many more years ahead of me and a lot of fun yet to be had. And along that journey, I've learned a lot that I'm going to share with you today about promoting and selling your service or your product at a show. Number 1, engage early before the show. It is so important to reach out and touch your prospect or your customer with social media, email, or whatever it may be that you feel with your plan for the show or event, you need to really let them know the purpose, why you want them to come by that booth. And it's never a better time than to engage early before the show via social media, emails, personal phone calls. Touch those customers. Get out there and let them know what you've got, where you're going, and how it will benefit them. It's always about how it will benefit them. Number 2, pick your staff. It is very important that you look at the staff you are going to bring to the trade show or event. Experience is everything. Customers today expect us to know everything from A to Z, with whom we are selling or providing a service for. So I can't stress enough that picking the right staff members is so important. Now, you obviously can send some newer employees, but again, pair them up with seasoned employees, especially when it comes to selling and talking about the brand or your product or your service. You want people to know how articulated you are and then the depth of knowledge that each and every one of the staff members provides. It's ever so important. So make sure you sit down with your team and look through. Now, one of my suggestions is you might find that a staff member from a technical department might be appropriate in the case of a product that has a lot of detail. And you could always call him a resident expert. And we've done that before where, you know, the customer comes to the booth, asks some very detailed questions, and you have a resident expert on staff to answer those questions. So again, when you're picking your staff, take your time on this step and really look through each and every person to make sure you got the right team in place for the show.
Hey everyone, it's Lee Jackson and I'm the VP of Marketing at Plus Studios. So in my segment today, I'm going to be talking about trade show marketing. All the fun stuff, things that you can do at the trade show or event. And I brought some things that I think you would love, to share with you some ideas. The 3 things that I'm going to be talking about today is branding, pre-show, at show, and post-show trade show marketing, and also giveaways, which is what you see right here. So when it comes to branding, obviously, if you see this exhibit, you can tell it's Plus Studios. I'm wearing the Plus Studios hat, and I have the Plus Studios jacket. So all of those things are pretty important when you're talking about your brand, your image, what people see on the website, what people see in the social media sites, when they see you, your employees, and when they see what you wear, the branding, the overall, how you dress and how you talk. It really speaks to the brand. So it's very important for us as a company, when we are in public, when we're talking to people, we remember that we are representing Plus Studios, and that's very important. So at the trade show level, what we like to do is we have these catalogs, and it tells you everything about who we are as a company, what we do, our portfolio. We have a large one and we have a small one. So be creative. You have to leave an impression, and people are going to remember you more if you do something that's either fun or wild or crazy, but not too crazy, that speaks to your brand, okay? So the second part of trade show marketing, which is very important, is what you do prior to the show, which is what we call pre-show, and what you do at the show, and of course the follow-up, which is ever so important, is the post-show marketing. On the pre-show, you can easily send mail-outs, things like this, to tell your employees, to tell your prospects, to tell your clients, your peers that you're going to be at this specific show, what booth number it is, and if you're going to be doing any kind of engagement activities, if you're going to have speakers in your exhibit, if you're going to have anything that we think would draw people to come to your exhibit, you would want to communicate that prior to the show. You can do mail out, you can also do email communication to your database, you can have your sales team to call them, but you definitely want to create the excitement You want people to be excited to come to the exhibit, to come visit you, to talk to you. And there's always, ways that you can attract people to come to your exhibit. You can talk to them about incentives. The first 100, if you come in and register at the exhibit at 9 a.m., on a Tuesday, or whatever date it may be, you get a certain prize. So that's, part of pre-show marketing.